Wow.
So I can very briefly touch on another game I've been playing, Princess Peach Showtime. So this is when did this come out? Like a week or two ago. This is
I think like a week ago, yeah.
A new Nintendo game centered on the one and only Princess Peach, who typically is, the damsel in distress in, Mario games. And I don't know if this can't be her first solo game, surely. I'm sure over the many decades.
It is.
What? For
it
real?
is. It's insane. That's why it's such a big deal as well, because it's like the very first one.
Okay, that blows my mind, because I'm like, surely at some point there's been a Princess Peach game. Well, with that knowledge in mind, this is the first Princess Peach game. And just off the cuff, it reminds me very much like it makes me think that Mario and Kirby had a baby, in terms of how the game works. So if you're watching the video version of the podcast, you've got gameplay up, you can see it's just Princess Peach running around, and you got this ability called Sparkle. I think it's called Sparkle, where you basically spin your ribbon around, and you can attack enemies and change things in the environment. That's like, at its core, that's what the game is, and there's some light platforming. But where the Kirby element comes in is, you'll see later in the footage, that you can get different abilities or different kinds of Peaches. So, for example, the first thing they give you is like Sword Fighter Peach. I can actually just skip ahead.
Sword Fighter Peach.
Sword Fighter Peach.
Oh, that's where she's got the almost sword. Like the...
there we go. Bam.
Yeah.
Which then...
looks like a pirate.
Oh, it's like more like a pirate or a musketeer.
A musketeer, yeah, that's actually better, yeah.
Sword Fighter Peach. So what happens is, now I can no longer use my ribbon, but I have a whole different skill set. Very much like a Kirby game where, I can still jump or whatever, but I've got a sword to do just sword combos. And this, I mean, again, like I've only played maybe an hour, 2 hours of this game. And there are a couple of these, like there's a Ninja Peach, there's a Patisserie Peach, which is more...
I'm sorry?
which is
a
more...
Patisserie Peach?
Where more...
Does she throw croissants around?
I wish. No, so that particular ability, that level was centered around almost like a mini game where you make cakes and, nice pastries.
Interesting.
It's an interesting game. I can't tell you it's done anything that I've never seen before. It's not necessarily a bad thing, but again, like, I'm still early days. I can't really comment on. I don't know how long it is. I don't know how often do I get to use Sword Fighter Peach. Is it this one time? Is it 2 or 3 times? Like, I don't actually know. But it is a cool little platformer, and I'm very keen to keep playing. And I'm sorry that I can't really talk too much about it yet. I just haven't had the chance to really sink my teeth into it.
How dare you?
How dare
Yeah, it's cool. I think I've seen a lot of comparisons to, the Kirby games, because I think it is targeting that sort of demographic. It's kind of breezy and easygoing and very simple to understand. And so, yeah, I think if you're coming in, you're looking for like the complexity of a Mario Odyssey, you're not going to get that.
No.
But it's cool to see Peach in her own
game.
Hopefully this means more in the future.
One thing I will commend, again, if you're watching the video feed, you'll notice that aesthetically, a lot of it is like a stage or backstage.
Like she's performing.
So yeah, like the whole premise is that, you, Peach, and Toads have gone to watch a show, and like bad people, naughty people have taken over the production.
So you need to save the production?
Yeah, you're basically saving the production by like playing through the productions. So why I find that very interesting is that it just aesthetically, it makes for some cool stage design, like literally, no pun intended. It's like you'll see, it's almost like there's flair with a lot of this, like almost like it is a production where, like you're watching the footage now, there's a spotlight on Peach, there's like red curtains at the back, and it leads into interesting transitions and just effects that are very unique to this game. That's pretty cool.
It does look neat. Like, I like the little smoke effect on the stage and the spotlight, like you said. It's quite distinct. Yeah, so that's cool. I wonder how many different abilities or different Peach like costumes she has that change how you play as well as you go.
I imagine there's a few, but I mean, like I've seen 3 or 4, and I'm like, surely you're not just gonna have sword fighter Peach through one level. I'm sure there'll be more of her in future. But again, like I don't know to how deep do we go? Do we go to Kirby levels of like, oh my god, there are 20 different Kirbys in this game, there's 20 different Peaches in this game, or is it like just 6 abilities and that's that, which is not a bad thing. It's just I don't
definitely
know.
Won't be on the scale of like a Mario Wonder where there's like a billion Wonder
but it's
abilities.
Funny when I started playing this game, I immediately thought of Wonder because I'm like, oh my god, like am I going to get a unique ability every level? Because that'd be very cool, but I don't think it's to that degree. But it's a cool Switch game, and I'm very keen to keep playing more. So I will report back at a future stage.